do against the truth. And I provided the information about the fact that we are going to trial January the 26th. You know, this is an important issue, and I provided information about natural-born citizen, that not only you have to be born in the country, both parents have to be citizens of this country, and that's you can find in the Law of Nations that was used by the framers of Constitution. This is something that was written by John A. Bingham. He stated that natural-born citizen is one that was born in the country, was born in the U.S. territory to two parents who don't owe allegiance to any other sovereignties. So I provided this definition. I provided information about multiple social security numbers and the fact that he used the social of the deceased. So, I mean, this is the truth. We have massive fraud. This is more than eligibility issue. This is a matter of illegal activity, criminal activity.
Getting to the criminal activity, let's just suppose that it turns out Obama actually did have his birth certificate and his birth in Hawaii. He still has 29 Social Security numbers that he used illegally. That would still be fraud and treason, but would it be high treason and grounds for removal?
Well, first of all, I have to correct you, not 29, 39.
All right, all right.
And you know, when you think about it, people sit in prison and for a long time.
For one felony.
For one, yeah, using one. When we have 39, he's pretty much set for the rest of his natural life and then some. And the fact that we have such corrupt Department of Justice and so many corrupt judges that are doing nothing about it is mind-boggling, and that's real concern for the whole country. I think that I don't care what the Congress does. Impeachment, definitely, but aside from impeachment, because he never qualified, he doesn't even qualify for impeachment. He didn't even qualify for that. He needs to be removed, and removed immediately by the marshals, by, I don't know,
Who's
DC
going to
police.
arrest him? The Supreme Allied Command, the Joint Chiefs of the military, Congress? I mean, once he's in...
As a matter of fact, anybody will have jurisdiction because he defrauded everybody. So
everybody has a right to arrest him.
Yeah, we can pretty much have a great next party in Washington, D.C. Well, we had the 9/12 party when we marched in Washington, D.C. And of course, our corrupt mainstream media would not report it. Why would they? Why would they ever report the truth? But I was there. And I remember there was somebody, a member of the military, who kind of was watching my back during this march, and he was in touch with somebody from DC police, and they were saying that the estimate of DC police that there were 4.5 million people there.
And got no media.
Very, very little coverage.
A little local media.
There was something else very interesting, that even among the dissidents, they're trying to control the dissidents. There were a number of groups that wanted me to speak there at the march, speak specifically about the fact that Obama is illegitimate for presidency. And those groups did not get the permit from the Washington, D.C. police. The only groups that got permits were the groups that agreed not to talk about Obama's illegitimacy for presidency. They agreed to talk only about taxes, taxation. So you could see that the regime is allowing some dissent, but dissent
so it's controlled opposition dissent.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like Fox News is controlled opposition.
Yeah. Just open the valve a little bit, let the steam out, and then close the valve again, and maybe tighten the screws a little more. That's what they're doing. Even their position is controlled all the way.
So Orly, if David O. Carter, the federal judge that now has your case, if he for some reason allows this to drop out of court, fails somehow, gets dismissed, do you think that might be the trigger that causes the ignition of a civil war in America?
Not sure if it will ignite the civil war. I hope not. Nobody wants to see bloodshed. Nobody wants to see lives lost. But what I predict, that the longer this regime and handlers of Obama will try to keep the truth hidden, the more they will behave with this utter arrogance, the more citizens will see corruption of the judiciary and the regime and politicians, the angrier they will become. Now, of course, populace, the citizens, are being lied and are being told everything is rosy, the economy is getting better, but they see that this is not true. When Obama took office, he promised 3 million new jobs. I personally knew right away that there is no way on this green planet he can do it because there was nothing practical. But people believed him, he was elected. They see that every month this country is losing at least 500,000 jobs. And that's according to official estimates. When you hear official estimates, we're losing 500,000, you can safely multiply that by at least 2. We know that their numbers are clear underestimation of the problems that we are facing. Here in the state of California, there was a report recently, actually by Sean Hannity. He was reporting from Central California, stating 40% unemployment. I've done a TV show for Northern California, and the talk show host was talking about the fact that officially they have 15% unemployment, but if you count all the people that are no longer receiving unemployment or working part-time and getting no benefits, you can safely say that every third person is unemployed, that we have about 30% unemployment there. Unemployment becomes huge. I've heard estimates that we have more and of course, unemployment is triggering bankruptcies. People, when they're not working, they cannot pay their mortgages, they're losing their homes. And I've heard estimates that there are more foreclosures today than this country had during Great Depression. In West Palm Beach, Florida, 38% of all the foreclosures, of all the sales of homes are foreclosures. 4 out of 10 homes are being foreclosed on. So you can see anger, resentment is building. People, they just hate both parties. They hate the leadership in both parties, in both Congress and Senate, the regime. They are understanding they were lied to. They understand that all this hope and change mean nothing. There is no change, and there is no hope for any change. And I think that if those issues are not resolved today, if people are not being told the truth, if Judge Carter does not order discovery and the case does not go to trial, something happens, this case does not go to trial, there will be so much anger against the regime. People are going to be so livid that more people will be rising. And I don't know where will it end, but I think that we need to decide those issues sooner better than later, because waiting will not bring good results. Waiting will bring more anger, more resentment, and it will spill out.
Do we have a de facto dictatorship now?
You know what? I have to tell you, I believe we do. A dictatorship or maybe even tyranny. And I remember some reporters were calling me, mainstream media, and saying, well, the cases were not won yet against Obama. See, Obama is winning the cases. I said, what is wrong with you people? How stupid do you have to be to say something like this? You need to go to a totalitarian regime, to a communist country. I was raised in the Soviet Union. Do you think there was one single lawsuit won against the communist regime, against Stalin, against Brezhnev, against Communist Party? Never. The fact that dissidents, opposition, are unable to win cases against the regime Never. And no evidence is seen. The cases are not decided on the merits. The cases don't go to trial